Hello, beautiful people. I am here today to tell you welcome. This is Dr. Joy, and I would like to just say welcome to this space. I love it when I have the opportunity to share. So, I am going to talk today about diving into an area that we really need for all areas and all aspects of our lives. And over this past weekend, I had the opportunity to talk to some young people that were very blunt and honest with me and told me that the reason that they use profanity and aggressive words is because they don't really know how to say it any other way. And I said, oh, that makes sense. Let's see. So I started thinking, and I spent a few minutes, maybe like 15 minutes, talking to these two young people. And I said, let me think about this for a minute. And from that conversation this weekend and a little, self reflection, I said, let me talk about this just really quickly. I really would like us to talk about effective communication. So, when you think about communication, um, obviously it's vitally important in business. It's vitally important when you're taking care of your personal business, when you're talking to your um, children or your spouse or your parent or a loved one or a person in the grocery store. You know, effective communication is so much different than simply communicating. So, I would like to take a few minutes to talk about three signs that your communication might need a little tune up. And I'll leave you with three simple tips to help you communicate with more clarity, more confidence, and to allow better connection. So, the first part is signs that your communication needs improvement. So, let's just be real. Think about this as we go. If any of this resonates with you, it's okay. We are all learning. I'm learning too. So, um, here are three signs that your communication could use a boost. People often misunderstand you. So you find yourself just repeating something over and over again and trying to find different ways to say the same thing, and not because um, it's they're not, they're having any type of deficit with understanding. It is that what you're saying and how you're saying it needs to be improved. That's what we're talking about here today. So if you find yourself in that place, it's okay. We all find ourselves in that place sometimes. So we're going to learn today what to do and how to, well, we're going to just have some brief topics, but if this is something that you would like me to talk more about, leave it in the comment section and I will definitely expand on these areas. So if you avoid conversations, so if when you start talking and speaking with people, you feel a bit anxious about uh, being part of the conversation or giving your own feedback, if you have some difficulties with setting boundaries or expressing what it is that you need from the group or the person that you're communicating with, hmm sounds like it. Um, your communication maybe doesn't flow as confidently as it should. These are all areas, again, if it resonates with you, if you feel like, that's me, leave that in the comment section for me. So, this one definitely took me and said, okay, Joy, I recently recognized that you've done one of these, cut it out. So, Um, this one is you either dominate in the conversation or you fully withdraw from the conversation. So, whether you're doing all the talking or shutting down completely, both extremes can block getting the connection and clarity that you need for effective communication. So, those were three areas that you can kind of reflect on and look at and kind of think about how you talk to people and say, is this something I'm doing? If it's not, good, but this may allow you to understand others when they are communicating in this way and you find yourself maybe asking additional questions or wondering why they stop talking or why they won't stop talking. Okay. So these are three quick tips to improve communication. So we've identified some red flags and we want to begin the process of growing, and we want to use these tips to improve your connection with other people. So this is a big one, guys. Practice active listening. That means that you're fully present in the conversation. You are not literally trying to figure out how you can respond in the conversation. You are listening, fully present in the conversation. You are not interrupting. Mm. There's no planning of your response, as I said, and you're listening to understand and to reply from listening. I'm going to add a little tip in here. Sometimes when you're actively listening and working on being present and not interrupting, you might need to say, okay, let me think about that for a moment and process what you just heard before you immediately respond. Just a tip, just a tip. So the second area is to be clear and direct. So say what you mean, speak with love and clarity. Oh, if we had people who would speak with love and clarity, I believe a vast majority of the problems and issues that we have that turn into these big, 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 big problems could be solved. That's just my thought. That's just how I feel about it. So avoid hinting or sugarcoating. So hinting is you're not really saying it. You're beating around the bush. You're saying it indirectly with not all the parts or the components of the information that needs to be shared. Don't hint. The other thing is don't sugarcoat. Don't add more to it that needs to be there. Say what you mean what you say, do it with love and clarity. So your message matters. Your voice deserves to be heard just as you just listened to someone else and their voice deserved to be heard, so does yours. So the first one was practice active listening. The second one was be clear and direct. And the final one, ooh, this is a good one, y'all. The third one is to manage your emotions. Oh, if I had known how to do that sooner in my life. Emotions are really, that's something that you, especially if you're used to not managing them and not um, um, putting a cap on some things, managing your emotions can be quite difficult because it becomes your normal response. So I am going to say this. When we have done the steps that I started with, I said practice active listening. Hear what they're saying. Remember, I gave you a little tip for the second one, direct. You might need to just ask for a moment. That when you're being clear and direct, and sometimes you have to say, just give me a moment. I'm going to respond to you. That's your time to start regulating those emotions. You got to get it together. Get it together. So regulation is key. Sometimes you got to take a breath. You have to ground yourself. You have to remember what you're doing. Close your eyes sometimes. Sometimes you might even need to walk away like I've had to do. Sometimes I've had to just literally throw a pretzel in my mouth or drink some water just to be quiet. Joy. And respond instead of react. Oh, if I had known this sooner. I mean, I got it, and I'm actually still working on some areas of it, but oh, if you guys knew what it sounded like before. Oh, so work on those things. If you're responding instead of reacting, your energy, not the energy of the other person, but your energy sets the tone. Oh, I can remember times when I could have just been quiet and all kinds of things would have turned out better. They might not have been great, but they would have turned out better if I had just shut up, waited a moment, regulated myself and my emotions before I responded. Ooh. Ah. So I want to say I'm grateful for the growth that I've had, and I still have some growing to do, but it's so much easier now that I have practiced it. I at least know what to do. Okay, so that's why I wanted to share some of these tips with you guys. So, communication is definitely a skill. And like any skill, it can be sharpened with intention and practice. So, be gentle with yourself as you grow. If this has spoken to you, these tips and these suggestions for improving your communication has spoken to you, then drop a comment below and let me know a tip that you'll practice this week. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe for more content on self-care, personal growth, and living life with joy. So until next time, keep speaking with purpose and living with power. All right, guys, make sure that you have a wonderful day, night, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is. Make it great. I appreciate you all and thank you for being here with me and sharing this time. You guys go out and make it great. Bye bye.